Have you ever wondered what it takes to not just participate in a financial market, but to actually build one? Well, today we're looking at a company that's been doing just that in Vietnam, SSI Securities Corporation. We're going to break down how this giant came to be and what its next moves mean for the future of Vietnam's economy. All right, let's jump right in.
You know, at the very core of SSI, it all boils down to one simple but incredibly powerful mission: connecting capital with investment opportunities. And this isn't just some corporate slogan, believe me. It is the very engine driving every single thing they do, defining their role in one of the world's most dynamic economies.
Okay, to really get a handle on SSI's impact, we need to jump in the time machine and rewind a bit. Because this isn't just the story of a successful company, it's the story of a true financial giant, whose own growth is completely woven into the fabric of Vietnam's economic rise.
So picture this.
It's 1999. Vietnam's modern financial era is just dawning, and SSI bursts onto the scene as a true trailblazer. In what feels like the blink of an eye, they've gone from a pioneering brokerage firm to an absolute financial behemoth, constantly shaping the market year after year.
So what's the secret sauce here? What's behind SSI's incredible run? Well, it really all comes down to a clear mission and a set of core values that act as their North Star, guiding every single move they make.
And that mission we talked about, it shows you just how deep their thinking goes. They don't see themselves as just another financial firm. No, they see themselves as a vital bridge, the essential connection between the lifeblood of the economy, capital, and the engines of growth all across Vietnam.
And that mission is held up by three really strong pillars, their core values. And trust me, these aren't just words on a poster. They are baked into their DNA. Being ready with solutions, having incredibly deep expertise, and fostering a culture where innovation isn't just encouraged, it's expected.
All right, so using those values as a blueprint, SSI has built this just massive and seriously impressive ecosystem of financial services. This is where you really start to see the scale of their ambition come to life.
I mean, the way SSI has grown is just remarkable. It started out in brokerage, right? Now it's like a financial supermarket. They've got everything from investment banking to fund management, serving literally every kind of investor you can think of.
And listen, this focus on innovation, it's not just about keeping up, it's about leading the way. They are literally building their own cutting-edge tech, from Gen AI platforms to HR systems. They're basically future-proofing their own business from the inside out.
Okay, a great mission and a big ecosystem are awesome, but you gotta have the numbers to back it all up, right? Well, when it comes to the numbers, SSI's story is one of, frankly, total dominance. Let's have a look.
In 2024, SSI just blew past its own records. They pulled in a staggering 8,711 billion Vietnamese dong in revenue. That's a nearly 20% jump in just 1 year. In a market that can be pretty wild, that is some serious strength.
And all that amazing revenue, it translated into a massive 3,544 billion dong in pre-tax profit. That's a 24% leap. That just screams operational excellence and incredible efficiency.
But here's the real knockout punch. By the end of the year, SSI's total assets had swelled to over 73,500 billion dong. And with that, they cemented their position as the undisputed largest securities firm in all of Vietnam. It's not even close.
So you're probably asking, where does all this revenue come from? Well, this chart here tells a fascinating story. It shows a really smart, really balanced business model. You've got securities services and capital markets as these two powerful, almost equally sized engines. That kind of diversity gives them incredible stability. And you know, this wasn't just some flash-in-the-pan lucky year. Just look at this chart. You see a steady, consistent, upward climb over the last 5 years. That's not luck, my friends. That is the sign of a disciplined and exceptionally well-managed business.
So, they're on top of the world right now, but are they kicking back and relaxing? No way. SSI is not resting on its laurels. They're already looking to the horizon, making some seriously ambitious plans to reshape the future of finance in Vietnam.
So this all leads to a really interesting question, doesn't it? What's next for a company that's already achieved so much? And maybe even more important, what does their future mean for the entire Vietnamese market? Well, SSI has laid out a goal that is both bold and brilliant. They want to evolve beyond being just a leading securities firm. By 2030, the ambition is to become a fully fledged, multifaceted financial group.
Now, a huge piece of this vision goes beyond just SSI. It's about lifting up the whole country. They are at the forefront of the push to get Vietnam's market upgraded from frontier to emerging market status. You have to understand, that is a total game changer. An upgrade like that could unleash a torrent of foreign investment into the country.
But at the end of the day, all the technology and all the grand strategies in the world are just tools. It's the people who make it all happen. And SSI clearly gets that. They know their team isn't just an asset. They are the heart and soul of the company.
So yeah, if you're thinking of SSI as just another stock ticker on a screen, you're missing the big picture. You're missing the whole forest for the trees. They aren't just players in Vietnam's market. They are its architects, its builders.
So as Vietnam stands right on the brink of this incredible new era, the story of SSI is a pretty powerful reminder, right? The future isn't something you just wait for, it's something you build. And it really makes you wonder, how will pioneers like SSI shape what the next decade of investment looks like? It's going to be exciting to watch.